In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to overflow images from container in Webflow. We'll create a simple layout where an image and a piece of text live in the same container, and the text can float over the image and even extend past the container's edges for a bold editorial look. Open your Webflow project in the designer and head to the page where you want this effect. Start by adding a div block to the canvas. Think of this div as your wrapper, the frame that holds both the image and the text. With the wrapper in place, drop an image element inside it. Any image works at this point. A placeholder is fine while you set things up. Next, add a text block inside the same wrapper. This will be the label or caption that overlaps the image. Now select the div block wrapper and go to the Style panel. In the Position section, set the wrapper to Relative. This doesn't move anything yet, but it's essential because it defines the boundary that absolutely positioned elements will use for reference. Click the text block and change its position to absolute. This lifts the text out of the normal document flow, allowing it to sit on top of the image and be precisely placed. Because the parent is relative, your absolute offsets will anchor to this wrapper, not the entire page, which keeps the effect predictable. At this point, replace your temporary image with the actual image you want to feature so you can clearly see the overlap and any overflow as you adjust. Select the wrapper div block again, and in the layout section, switch the display to flex. Flex makes it easier to manage the wrapper's internal layout and sizing, especially if you add other content later. While the text block is absolute and won't be affected by flex alignment, the wrapper itself becomes easier to control. Now refine the look. With the text block selected and set to absolute, use the top, right, bottom, and left controls to nudge it exactly where you want it, tucked into a corner, centered across the image, or offset so it intentionally spills past the edge of the container. Then style the text for readability on top of your image. Adjust font size, weight, color, and add padding or a subtle background if needed. And that's the core setup. You've created a clean container, anchored it with relative positioning, floated your text using absolute, and leveraged flex on the wrapper for easier control. You can now freely position and customize the text while letting the visual elements elegantly overflow the container. Congratulations.